welcome to Yarn Tales by the Sea. This is predominantly a knitting and crochet podcast. I'm Kellyanne and this comes to you from the southeast coast of the United Kingdom. If you're a new subscriber, it's so nice to have you here, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome. If you need to contact me at all, my email address is yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com, LadyDrummer on Ravelry, and Yarntales by the Sea on Instagram. So I shall get the admin out the way first. I'm currently involved in 2 make-alongs this year. The first one is the Ocean Mail, which I am co-hosting with the lovely, delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. This currently runs to the end of December. So yeah, not long. Not long now, is it? One more podcast, and after this one, and it's the new year. Oh, where has it gone? So basically the Ocean Mail is you can knit, crochet, spin, anything that you can convince Leslie and I that is to do with the sea. So it could be the name of the yarn, i.e. something along the lines of coral reef or whatever. You could make something. It could be any colour that you can convince us is to do with the sea. So that does not necessarily mean it's all blues and greens. So it can be coral colours, fish colours, sandy beach colours, deck chair colours, anything. If you convince us, you're in. And we both have groups on Ravelry. The information will be in the description box below. And basically you just need to upload photos of your finished objects. And there's also a chat thread, so you can chat about the makes and things. So we both give 2 prizes away each quarter, which is one is a physical prize to do with knitting or crochet, i.e. yarn, project bags, whatever. And the other is a pattern prize from Ravelry up to the $10 US. So yeah, I'm just blown away by the amount of beautiful makes everyone has been doing. It's you know, there's so many things I've seen and I thought, oh, I want to make that. So yeah, I think that's all the information there. Anyway, you've only got 1 more month on that. So and the other make along which I am running is just a hat mail, and basically to be in with a chance of winning again 2 prizes, which is a physical prize. So I've just had this delivered from Etsy, from Amelia Joy, and it's a rather nice project bag with baskets of yarn and yarn on there. And again, a pattern prize up to the value of $10 US. Well, that actually finishes at the end of this month. So I think it's 30 days in November. So you have till midnight on the 30th to send me pictures of your makes by email to yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com. And during the week, I will say it for a week, about a week, because I rely on Colin to do all my editing on, well, not that it's really edited, but we do, you know, he does all the intros and everything. So we'll be putting up a separate video on who's won, and we'll be putting a montage together of all the entries. So yeah, got that to look forward to. And while we were on admin, Leslie and I have spoken, i.e. versus on Messenger, and we have decided that we will be running a brand new make along for 2021. So I won't give any details on this podcast because we haven't really 100% hashed out what we're going to do, but well, we know what we're doing, but it's just the details. So yeah, so that I'm sure both of us will probably give all the details on our end of December podcast. So yeah, and it's another all-inclusive make along. So for Leslie and I, that is so important, to make it totally inclusive. So yeah, it's one that's going to fit everybody's budgets, and like I said, very inclusive. So yeah, so you have that to look forward to in both our podcasts in December. So yeah, but yeah, I should imagine you've all seen the my weekly vlog that went up yesterday. So like I said, it's not a lot to say. The trouble is with COVID, or the lagerlurgy as I like to call it, it's really difficult to find what I would call decent content, because obviously I'm not going out and about like I used to, because I would have been taking you on a lot of our journeys, i.e. drumming. For those that are new, I belong to a drumming troupe, and we play at all kinds of events. We are just under 100 strong. Basically we dressed in black and red, lovely costumes, we have our drums strapped to us, and we play at all kinds of events, and Colin and myself are 2 of the 5 leaders. So yeah, I'm missing that dreadfully, hence one of my Section 5 t-shirts. But yeah, so I'm going to try and see what I can do to pull out some footage of stuff, just to try to make the weekly ones a bit more interesting. I'm not going to be taking part really in Vlogmas, because like I said, the footage would be so boring to do it daily, because there wouldn't be much to say or show. So I will probably call it a Vlogmas podcast over the weeks of December, but again still do weekly, and they will be going up either Fridays or Saturdays depending on time. I mean, I've got plenty of time, but it's Colin, and obviously with him working so hard, when he can actually get round to editing my videos. But the main content isn't really edited. I'm of a firm believer, as you get what you see, and it allows my personality to come across more, rather than if it was totally edited. So all the gaffes are left in. I will quite often say King Kong instead of King Cole Yarn. I don't know why I do it, but it just happens. So yeah, so let's get into what you're here for, which is the knitting and crochet content. So I think for the first time ever on my podcast, I do not have a finished object. But in my defence, I have to say it was only a week and a half ago since I did a podcast. So yeah, that's my excuse. But I have been working hard on my object. So without a to do, I shall move on to my first whip. So this is the Viola cardigan. Excuse me, I think I've got the pattern here somewhere. Yeah, I think that's about. This was gifted to me on Ravelry by the delectable Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn for my birthday back in August. So still, you have to excuse all the ends, but when I do garments I tend to do them all at the end. So I have nearly got a finished garment. So all I've got to do is the ribbon and up the front and down the bottom, and then decide whether I'm going to put pockets in. Like I said, I think I said in previous podcasts, I do a lot of crochet, but I've never actually made a garment, i.e. a cardigan or a jumper in crochet. So I'm really quite pleased how it's turning out. The yarn I'm using is, oh no, it's not there, it's not there, I don't know where I put it. Oh, what a good start. Oh yes, if you could pass me that. Not that one, no. Is there one with grey yarn in it?
No, I can't see one.
No. Oh, no, it's here, look, right in front of me. Right, okay, so, oh look, I'm throwing crochet hooks about now. So this is being made in King Cole, not Kong, King Cole Big Value Aran, which is 100% premium acrylic. Approximately 235 metres on a 100-gram ball, and I am doing the I was going to say trimming contrast in a bowl of Aran that I purchased from Aldi last year before. I have to say, I actually think I prefer the feel of this to the King Cole yarn. It's like a petrol colour. I think it might be showing up a bit bluey there, but it's more like petrol. So yeah, I'll just put that in the bag. So I'm really enjoying it. I had to rip out the hood I originally put in because I didn't read the pattern right and it went up too narrow. So I ripped back, redid it. The only other thing I've had to do is I just cannot reach tension. I've never had a tension problem before. I've never done gauges or swatches, never. And so I'm not sure if it's the yarn because it's a value yarn or what, but for each panel, like this, although the whole back is done in one segment, so for the front, back and the other front, I had to put extra rows in to meet size. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, whether it's the yarn or what, but yeah, I'm really pleased, and it actually flipping fits. So that's good. So hopefully that will be finished quite soon. So there's that, and onto some knitting. I am currently making a cardigan. No, I'm not. I'm making a jumper. Well, a jumper top. So that is in King Cole, and this is done in King Cole Fashion Aran, which is 30% wool and 70% premium acrylic, 200 meters to 100 grams. So I have finished the back. I'll dump this all out. So sitting in my lovely bag that I got from Tudor Rose. Yeah, Tudor Rose on Etsy. So it's at the back. So that's the back. So yeah, it's going to be all curly whirly because where it's off the hook needle. So if you can see that. So it's got a really nice, I'll take that right in, really nice cable pattern going up the front, and this definitely fits. The reason I'm joking about the fitting is because I made a boxy jumper a few months back and it don't fit at all. Well, I can get it on, but there's no positive ease because I put so much weight on because of lockdown. So, which I am remedying in starting Monday. No more chocolate, cakes, biscuits, rubbish, junk food. No, all healthy. But saying that, I do eat healthy meals. It's just all the rubbish in between. So, and yeah, so I'm going to start doing lots of walking, even if I have to do it in the house, up and down. So yeah, I'm determined to get the weight off because I want to fit into my drumming costumes for next year. Hopefully we should be able to do some drumming. So yeah, really pleased, and not too far off the armholes on the back, so I think a few more inches. But I've got to say, I really do like the yarn. It's, even with the wool in, it's not scratchy and it feels quite soft. And mother-in-law liked it so much because I think I watched that with her on video, and she's gone out and brought the same pattern and the same yarn but in a different colour. I think she's gone for like greys. So yes, very happy with that, and it's done on number 5s UK 5mm needles. So yeah, do like my zings, really do like my zings. They're worth paying out just that couple of extra quid, you know, than using cheaper needles. So I do like a bit of cable. It's been a while since I've made a cabled garment. Alright, let's just do that, otherwise I'm going to get all thinned up. I nearly had a finish because I think I showed you on my last podcast that I'd finished one cable sock. I think they're showing up. This is done Rosie's Moments yarn, which she's not on Etsy anymore, so you have to find her by her website. So I've nearly finished the second one. I was hoping to get it done last night, but I had games night last night, and I just cannot, not last night, Friday night, I just cannot concentrate when I'm getting towards the toes and doing the Kitchener stitch. So yeah, because I do craft while I'm playing my on games night. So so this is a Winwick Mum sock pattern. So it's just a slip stitch heel, and when I get to the toes it's just normal Kitchener stitch, which I absolutely love doing. I can do it under 5 minutes. So yeah, but I don't think this, I don't know if that's showing how pretty the yarn is. It might come across as a bit dark. This was from Rosie's Moments. I brought her one of her boxes, surprise boxes she does, and she's been filming them this year on television programs, and I'm a massive Outlander fan, and yeah, so I thought I'll get that one. And yeah, it basically shows all the colours of like what do you call it, the heathers up in Scotland, up in what's it called, Culloden, that's it. So yeah, that's in the matching bag that goes with my big bag. And right, that's that. So I've done, since the last podcast, I've done nothing on my woodland wreath. I just been focusing on my other projects. So I think I mentioned in the last, yeah, I did in my last podcast, I was just very sort of like overwhelmed with the amount of projects I had on the go, and when you're trying to juggle too many, things just don't get finished. So I'm trying to get these all down, and then I'm going to go for quality rather than quantity, she says. So yeah, but I have done a little bit more on a shawl. I'll put the pattern for this one. No idea where the pattern is for that one. It's not on here. So I've got a coffee table there. I think it's called the Fay Wing shawl, and I can't remember who it's by. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. So since the last time I podcast, or yeah, or shown this. I've done from there, so it's a fair amount. Am I showing you the back of the front? Yeah, that's the front. So this is done in shawl in a ball. I think I've got the wrapper in here. Yeah, shawl in a ball. This colour is Restful Rainbow. I did mention last time I put this on the podcast, I do not like it that much at all. It is scratchy. It has massive slumps. It goes like from really thin to really, really thick. I don't know if that's all balls or whether I just got a rogue ball. I don't know. So I don't know if you can see how thicky, slubby that is. And it just, to me, it just gives that look of looking very, well, horrible, scruffy. Yeah. And I mean, I've never seen, I mean, I've heard of it, seen it on websites, blah, blah, blah. I didn't buy this in a brick and mortar shop. Lion Brand was having a sale, I think it was last year, it might even be the year before, and you basically got 5 balls for, I think it was $10. So even with the postage, it worked out a hell of a lot cheaper than buying it over here, because it's like £8 a ball over here. And I think they were selling it off cheap because they were moving these to yarn cakes instead of like the ball. And I thought, oh, what a bargain. Now, if I'd have seen this in a brick and mortar shop and I'd felt it and picked it up, I wouldn't have brought it. And, you know, and I'm quite a big fan of Lion Brand. I mean, I love their mandala yarn, absolutely love it. And I've made quite a few things in it. But this, so I'm now sitting with 4 other balls in different colours. I don't think I'm going to have enough to actually finish this, but I've got enough in a similar colour to just do the chevron edging. And that's another thing with the pattern. It says shawl in a ball, shawl in a ball, yeah. And it wasn't until I started knitting this and then got to the small print, she'd used a few yards extra over in than what's in the ball. So if you do, I will try and find the pattern so and put it up. So if you do this shawl, be aware you do need more than one, and you only need a tiny amount of the second ball. So I know it's a free pattern, but it's a it's a bit of a pain in the backside when you realise you just need a small tad of another ball. So yeah. Oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? So that's that. And Colin's blanket. So he picked the colours. So right, this is going to be smaller than I was actually going to make it. So this is all done in Stylecraft Special DK. I will read the colours out in case anyone is interested. I've got it on, I did write it down on a bit of paper somewhere. Yeah, here. So the colours I've used is silver, teal, duck egg, storm blue, grey and petrol. So initially I was going to do the cozy stripe from Lucy from Attic 24. So I did start off, you see, in the normal striping pattern. Then I was getting bored, so I moved on to doing 4 rows in each colour instead of 2. Then I put some bobbly popcorn stitches in. Is that showing up? Can you see that? Oh, look at me asking you, can you see that? Like I can hear. And then I thought, well, am I going to have enough yarn to do this? So I'll put like a middle section in. And Colin is 6'4", and for those that are new viewers, Colin is my partner of 20 odd years. So I put so that would have been the middle section, and then I was going to like mirror it, so go back to the popcorn section, and then carry on like the rest of it, so like the two ends meet together. If you put them together, they mirror. And then I was stitching along on it on Friday night while I was playing Fantasy Warhammer on Zoom with my friends. And I thought, do you know, this blanket's going to be flipping mahoosive. I won't even fit it in the washing machine if I carry on doing it. So measuring it out on the bed, it's about the right length. So it's not going to mirror. But I thought, well, with that blue being right at the top, it's like, you know, what you call it, I don't know.
A terminator, an end?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, anyway. Well, it still looks good. So all I've got to do is put the borders on, which, you know, I don't mind doing it, but I get fed up. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that's going to be plenty big enough for Mr. Longshanks over there. So like I said, he actually requested the blanket, he picked the colours out, and yeah, I'm happy how it's turning out. So I've got loads of blankets. You can see, probably see some of them here, some there, and then I've got 3 more downstairs because I like putting them over the backs. So we've got like a 3-seater and a 2-seater sofa and a chair. So I like putting them over the back, and yeah, I just like having lots of spare blankets. Then I've got one that I keep on the bottom of our bed because sometimes it gets a bit chilly, even though I've got a duvet. So yeah. Talking about Lucy, she's just released a new blanket pattern called, I think it's called, is it Meadow or Meadowland, one or the other. I think she's starting a crochet along with that in January, and I absolutely love it, but I'm not going to purchase it. I'll wait till the crochet along's finished, because I have just purchased another pack from Wool Warehouse of Lucy's, and it is the June blanket. Oh, she's hoping the colour's all sharp. So it's done in a shell pattern. So on this one you do get the full pattern instructions inside, but when she's currently doing a crochet along, you do it from her website. So yeah, all free. So I'm not going to get these all out, but there is beautiful colours in there, all summery. Because those of you that know me, I've been with the podcast for a long time, I usually have a scrap blanket on the go, but I've actually run out of scraps. I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing, including sock yarn. Not enough scraps to do a scrappy sock either, because I'm a great believer of you know, don't waste anything, use it. So yeah, so it's going to be a while, I think, before I get anything scrappy done. But yeah, so like I said, nothing done on the wreath, because I've been putting all my time into the objects I've just shown you. And like I said, it was only just over a week and a half ago since I did my last podcast, which was late. So yeah, I think that is more or less it. So yeah, I think I've shown you everything. I haven't left anything out this time, so I think I left that out of the last podcast I meant to have shown you. So yeah, so that's everything. So I've shown you the bag for the winner of the hat make along. Yeah, all the details I've given at the beginning of the podcast. So yeah, I think that's it. So I would just like to say thank you to all my subscribers. That's the only other thing I need to say about the make-alongs. You do need to be subscribed to the channel, and yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I'm not too far off 500 subscribers, so when I reach 500 I will be doing a giveaway. And for the Ocean Mail, the last drawing for that at the end of December, I will be giving away yarn for that one, and nice Indie Dyer sock yarn. So you have to wait and see what that one is going to be. Oh, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Right, yeah, so I just want to say again, thank you to everybody that's subscribed. It means a lot, and the comments, it really does mean a lot to me. I think from 2 podcasts ago, a lot of you gave me recommendations on some books, so I have taken note, written it down, because I'm an avid reader, as well as I listen to audio books a lot when I'm crafting, if I'm not watching other podcasts on YouTube. So yeah, so once again I really would like to say thank you for sticking with me. I know I'm not so suave and flash as some other podcasters. I do not stick to mainly acrylics. I am not a yarn snob, but I just can't afford a lot of the beautiful indie dyed yarns. Although saying that, I do have a jumper's quantity worth sitting on my shelf, which is going to have to wait now till I lose weight. But yeah, I do buy it, but I just can't afford to buy it in massive quantities a lot of the time. So like I said, not a yarn snob. I have nothing against those that do use it all the time, your choice, and that's great. And you know, that's what choice is all about, isn't it? But like I said, no yarn snobbery here. So like I was saying, I'm not polished like some podcasters. I am who I am, and well, nearly 500 of you like it, so it can't be that bad. Yeah, I'm just very down to earth, and yeah. I mean, if you'd have seen my very first podcast, it was dreadful, flipping dreadful. I think I spent most of the time saying, "Oh, this is really hard. This is really hard. I don't know what to say." And now you can't shut me up, because my, you know, I've got mouth to mouth syndrome. So yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, if you, like I said, if you subscribe to mine and you haven't subscribed to Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn, please go over and have a look. I call her the Delectable Leslie. I know her in real life. I met her through drumming. Please go and check her podcast out. I think she's nearly as ditzy as what I am. And she's just a wonderful human being. She really is. And you know, I'm so glad she came along to drumming, and had the opportunity to meet her. So yeah. So yeah, check her out. Yeah, I know I mention her a lot on my podcast, but yeah, I just, you know, why shouldn't I? I love her content. She's a friend. And another podcast I really do enjoy. I think I've been with her for over a year. I don't know this lady in real life, and that's Anita from Gaga Knits. And yeah, she's so talented. She sews as well as knits, crochets. She does cross stitch, which I used to do a lot of a few years ago, but my eyes are a bit thing. And I used to also run one of the biggest, well, I think it was the biggest, what am I talking about, cross stitch groups on Yahoo groups back then, when Yahoo was really big, and now I think they've now shut all the groups down. And I used to have a big, what do you call it, blog. And I used to feature all my stitching on that, and I was featured in magazines, cross stitch magazines, the big cross stitch magazines, quite a few times, as well as a few designs I did years ago. So yeah. But anyway, I'm digressing. Please check Anita out. You know, she's great, and I do think sometimes a lot of the British podcasts don't get such a look in as maybe some of the American ones, which is a shame. But I'm sure that's probably more down to supplies, because obviously you lovely people from the USA and Canada, you've got such wonderful stores over there like Michael's and I don't know, is it Hobby Lobby or all that, and you can buy your yarn at such a cheaper price than what us podcasters and knitters, crocheters can do in the UK. So, you know, if you haven't checked Anita out, please check her out. And if you are a smaller podcast like myself, you know, drop me a line, drop me an email or something at yarntales.bythesea@gmail.com. I have to think of then. And yeah, I'll give you a mention on my podcast. You know, I think it's so, well, not so much important, but I think nice is the right word, that us smaller podcasters, you know, sort of stick together a little bit and give each other a shout out there, because you know, I know there are lots of you out there, and I do try to find you, and it's not always easy, because it's the massive podcasters that tend to come up on searches. And I do giveaways, but I don't advertise it in, you know, in the titles on my podcast, because I'm a firm believer that my giveaways should go to subscribers of my channel that have been with me. You know, if you're new subscriber, that's fine, but you know, I don't want people subscribing to my channels just to get giveaways. And I think a lot of podcasters now have got wise to people doing that, and hence not you know, advertising the giveaways. I mean, yeah, I know if I advertised my giveaways, I would end up with sheds lots of subscribers, and you know, that's not what I'm about. I'm about giving it away to genuine people that genuinely like my podcast. And you know, I don't want to advertise giveaway just to get subscribers. That is not what I'm about. You know, like I said, genuinely want it to go to people that subscribe and like my content. So that sounds like a little bit of a rant then, didn't it? But it wasn't. I'm just being totally honest. So like I said, so I think that's about it. And yeah, can't believe it, next podcast, the last one of the year. Oh. And it will be the last giveaway for the Ocean Mail. So yeah, until next time, please keep safe and well, and look after yourself. Until then, bye.